Back with another video. Today we're going to be going over the 5 things I like and the 5 things I don't like about my Camaro SS 1LE. But first, before we get into that, we're gonna wash it because it is disgusting due to the wind that's been going on where I live at. So y'all can tell how dirty everything is. It is super disgusting. So we're gonna give it a good little wash, and yeah, so I'm gonna roll a little montage. So look at all this dirt that be coming off the wheels. It's literally black. It's crazy. So this car was so nasty. It'd be flowing. So now that we washed the car, it looks really good. I'll show y'all more in a little bit once we get to the spot, but I'm gonna give you all a little cold start. A little loud, but it's alright. Alright, so she's all nice and washed. Looking good in the light. But the 5 things that I'm gonna start with the 5 things that I don't like about my Camaro, even though I really love everything about it, but it's like a dislike. It's not really like I hate it or nothing. It's just like could improve, you know. But I would say the first thing I feel like everybody that does hate or doesn't like is the Brembos that come on this. They leave so much dust on your wheels, like I showed you earlier when I was washing my car. Like the amount of brake dust this thing leaves is crazy. I think that's my biggest hate. I think it's just the brake dust is just horrible on this car, but it looks so good and it stops really good with the brakes. But I feel like the number one thing is the brakes, that they leave so much dust. And yeah, and the number 2 thing is these pillars are so thick for no reason. Like, that's the only part about the visibility that's really bad, is those pillars. Other than that, it's not too bad. But yeah, those pillars gotta go. And the third thing is the seats. They don't recline back at all. They're like practically straight, sitting straight, and I can't even, you know, sit back at all. And I'm a pretty tall person. I'm 6 feet, but yeah, the seats are just can't go back, which I wish they did. I wish there was a way that you can recline them really back like other cars, but this one you just can't, which sucks because like you're just kind of straight all the time. It's kind of annoying, especially on long road trips. It's really annoying that you can't go back all the way. But I do love these seats, but they do hurt my back after a while. And the 4th thing, I don't really mind it, but the stock steering wheel that this came with, the 1LE one, was full Alcantara. It was a little too skinny for me. Like when I would hold it, it was just too small, and I feel like I didn't have enough control of it. But I did upgrade my steering wheel to a thicker one, carbon fiber with suede on the sides, which helped me feel like I had a lot more control in the canyons and you know, making those turns really good. So I think that would be the 4th thing, would be that was the steering wheel, which I didn't really mind, you know, but I definitely did want to upgrade to a better one so I can have more control when I'm doing the turns in the canyons and stuff like that. And then the 5th and final thing that I don't mind at all, but you know, I wish it was a little better, but it's just the way the car was built, would be the back window. It is really small and it's at such a slant that thankfully I do have the 1LE, so it does come with the camera on the fin. But if I didn't have it, I don't know how it would look behind me. The camera on the fin saves me so much from the cops and all that stuff. So with that, I would say the rear glass is way too small and just too slanted. It's almost literally like flat when you're trying to look out from the back, and the seats just kind of cover it from the back. But like I said, on the 1 Elite package, or I think the 2SS package too, the fit just help a lot with that, and don't need to use the rear window at all. So yeah, if I didn't have the fin on it with the camera, I would hate the window, but thankfully I do. But that would be the fifth thing, would be the window. It's too small, and you know, I love the car, I don't mind it, but like I said, I have the 1 Elite. So but if I didn't have the camera, I would hate it a lot. The 5 things I do love about this Camaro has to be the way it looks. Having the 2SS 1 Elite package just brings it up a lot more than a regular Camaro. Just look at how menacing the front end looks with the splitter. Obviously the front end lift from the 2019 and up, and the matte black hood and the mirrors, and then also the wing. Having the 1 Elite and the wheels are my favorite. Number one thing is the way it looks with the 1 Elite package. It looks so good, and I love it. Literally would not change it for a thing. It just looks so good and menacing. And yeah, so that's my number one thing that I love about the car, is the way it looks. And the number 2 thing is, because it is a 1 Elite, it comes with all the Alcantara stuff that you can get on this Camaro, which are the seats and the stock steering wheel and the shifter. It was Alcantara. Well, the steering wheel was Alcantara full, but I did replace it with a better one just because I didn't like how thin it was. But I did like how it did come with the seats, the Alcantara shifter, and the steering wheel was amazing. That's why I got the 1 Elite, so I can have the extra luxury of those for a Camaro. And yeah, so that's my number 2 thing. Now the 3rd thing I do really love about this Camaro was the lighting, the ambient lighting that it came with the 2SS package. It goes in the middle console, or where the screen's at, right there, and on the sides, which I really did love. And also the lighting on the Camaro, which looks so good. I wish the Camaro sign on the door, I wish it did change colors, but unfortunately it does not. But that would be super dope if it did, but I still love it regardless, and the lighting on the doors. So that's my 3rd thing that I do love about my Camaro, is the lighting, the ambient lighting that it did come with the 2SS package. Now the 4th thing that I really do love about my Camaro is the tail lights. The tail lights I love so much. At first, when it first came out in 2019, I did not like them at all. For some reason I didn't, until I bought my Camaro. I loved them when I bought it, and I grew into them a lot. Just look how nice these are. The Euros, or smoked out, I mean, not the Euros, but the smoked out ones, compared to the 2018. I love these so much better. And yeah, and I'm happy that they're not red and they're smoked out, which is amazing, and I do love it. So that is my 4th thing that I do love about my Camaro SS. And the 5th and final thing that I absolutely love about my Camaro is the way it drives. The way it drives is so unique, and for the money and that is an American muscle car, it drives so good, especially with the upgraded suspension that it came with, because I did buy the 1 Elite, like I always say, but since it does have the upgraded suspension, it drives so good, and I love it. Especially when you have it in track, it just feels so aggressive, and the shifting is just so beautiful on this car, especially with the 10-speed and the horsepower that it does have, the 455. And yeah, it just drives so good, and that is my 5th and final thing that I love about my Camaro. Honestly, not much to hate for me, because I do love Camaros. Camaro has always been my dream car, so honestly, don't hate nothing about it. I just love it, and just look how beautiful it looks in that sunset. It looks amazing. And yeah, so that is gonna conclude today's video. The 5 things that I hate and the 5 things that I love about my Camaro. Let me know what y'all think. What do y'all hate? What do y'all love? Let me know down in the comments. And if you guys want to see anything else, let me know down in the comments as well. So yeah, and that'll be it for today's video. Peace. Drive safe.